Hello guys, we're making organic sourdough bread today. And this is a first day process. So you add 1 1/3 cups of water. And then you add the active starter, which is 1/2 cup. And then you're going to add, after that, you're going to add your 3.5 cups of flour. And we're using a pastry blender to blend it all up in a bowl. And I'm working on actually 3 breads this time. So I'm just showing you how I do one, but I'm actually making 3 loaves of bread of sourdough. So put on the starter and mix it up with the water. And then after that, we're going to add the flour, which is the 3.5 cups. And after you add the flour in, you want to add your 2 teaspoons of salt and mix that up until the dough is really shaggy looking. You'll see here when I mix it up. So there we go, mix it up with the pastry blender. It works really well, that blender does, with your hands. Now I'm adding the salt. See how it looks shaggy? That's what it's supposed to look like, shaggy dough. And then after that, you cover it up with a plastic wrap and let it set for half an hour to let the dough incorporate with the water and the starter mixture. So if your dough looks like that, that is what it's supposed to look like. I'm covering it up with the shower cap. That's a hack. Letting it set for half an hour, and then we're going to come back to it and give it its first stretch and pulls, which is 4 sets every half an hour. You'll see as we go how the dough looks better every time you give it your stretch and pull. At first it kind of falls apart, and then it just gets better and better every time. The gluten starts to form into the dough and it gets better. This is still the first day process. There's another stretch and pull. And stretching it out. The gluten is getting a lot tighter.
This salt is a little bit thicker than my salt.
That means it's forming.
Pieces of salt.
So remember to do 4 sets every half an hour. And let it rest in between until you do the next one. Here's one more. See how soft and nice and good it looks, the dough looks. Sorry about the angle, it's kind of sideways. Then after you do all that, you prepare the dough and put it in a cover, the shower cap back over it, and put it in the oven off overnight in a draft-free area. So that's what we're going to be doing, putting it in the oven to keep it just in a draft-free area. Then when you take it out, the next morning it is like fermented and puffed up and it has risen. And then you prepare the dough for the oven, which is you pull it out of the bowl. We're going to put it in the sourdough baton or I can't remember the name of it, but that silicone bowl right there to have it form in there. flatten it out and fold it in two and half of itself. And use rice flour, that's what I use. Flatten all the air bubbles out and then give it a fold in half and then half again. And then roll it really, really tight. See how I roll it really tight? Give it a good stretch. And then form it into a ball. And you're putting tension on it, on the front, on the top of it. And you throw it in there upside down. Just like that. And then kind of stitch it together at the bottom like that. And that will make it really smooth on the top. And then you cover that and let it set for about an hour. And let it rise. And there it is, all risen. Now I'm flouring it up, and I'm going to give it 2 cuts down the center, like an X. While you're doing that, you heat up the oven to 500 degrees, a Dutch oven, and we're going to put that in a Dutch oven. And here we go. It's coming out. Actually, no, we put it in the Dutch oven first, and then we'll take it out after 30 minutes. So bake it for 30 minutes. And here it comes now. Sorry, I made a mistake on the last slide. Look at that, how beautiful it looks. Isn't that gorgeous? And there you go, you made your own fermented sourdough bread. So enjoy, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Remember, this was a 2nd day process. We waited for the 2nd day after it fermented all night, and that's our bread. Turned out beautiful, beautiful.